Here we are with another Friday Live. Friday morning live. It's April 18th today, is it? Seems to be. Divine 9, 18. And beautiful day yesterday. See what today brings. I think it's going to be a little cooler today. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be warmer. We're going to get to 21. Yesterday was sunshine, but it was a little bit on the cooler side, but it was nice. Working outside in the sunshine. It's nothing like the sun. Nourishment. True nourishment. Where does true nourishment come from? Most people believe it comes from eating. True nourishment. True nourishment. Divine true nourishment. Nourishment of value. Nourishment of that is universal. Nourishment that feeds the soul, the heart, the body, the mind, the emotion. Nourishment, nourishment, nourishment. Everybody's out there is scrambling for more, more, more. And the answers are in less, less, less. As we've been preaching for over a decade. The lifestyle of less is more. The art of subtraction. Dedicate a life of purging, gifting, serving. That's how we get into the abundance realm. The abundance realm is unlimited. Unlimited. There's all the knowledge, all the secrets, all the inventions that you can muster and that have been invented on this planet. That access to all that knowledge, people tap into it, and they have tapped into it in the past, and that's where we see all this advancement in technologies. It's nothing man created. It's already all out there in the limitless realms of all knowledge, from the Divine One. So we're seeking nourishment. We're seeking because mankind has gone down the path of absolute greed and gluttony. And if you don't believe me, just there's many videos of people rushing in stores, fighting each other to purchase a TV or whatever electronic stuff, that when they have a sale, and they're beating each other up, mobs of people. This is where mankind has chosen to go. Mankind, for the most part, seems to believe that we can't survive with one of these devices, a computer. Well, growing up, we never had any of this stuff, and we did much better than what's going on these days with all the people on psychotic drugs. It's gone cuckoo out there. Why? Why? Because mankind has chosen greed and gluttony, chosen uh, the laws opposing universal divine laws. Those are not laws, those are choices. The laws, the universal laws, are universal laws, and we see that the opposite paths that most people have chosen out there, and it's very sad to watch the stuff that's going on around the world with the warmongers and so on and so forth. Hey Luigi, how you doing? You know, the crazy times. Do you see anyone heal colon, rectal issues, hemorrhoids, or cancer? We've seen everything heal, Luigi. You can put a name to it. We keep saying over and over, let go of the fiction names that the pharma cartel gives people. Let them go. They are fiction. They are fiction. And the more you focus on those fiction, the more they will draw you in and entrap you. Let them go. The body can only see imbalance and balance. Imbalance and balance. Imbalance and balance. So we make the choice to choose balance. Balance, balance, balance. Peace, divine peace, balance, correct conduct. That's the way we choose to live. And you don't have to put any thought into how the body heals. You don't have to know how the body heals. We just have to know what to do and in what state to put the body in to allow the divine creator's beautiful creation design to work through the soul, to our physicality, to our mental, and to our emotional bodies, and do the work, and divine magically, heal. The body does all the healing. There's no outside forces except the love from the divine creator. No physical outside forces. Everybody's searching for a food, a pill, a herb, a drug, a treatment to fix their problems, their fiction problems, which somebody in a white jacket gave them the title. And those titles drive people to death. If I'll give an example. A white jacket says you got 3 months to live, and most of those people will be gone within 3 months because the white jackets have done their treatments so many times, thousands and thousands of times over and over and over again, that they know that the people going through those treatments and in those fiction titles will last about 3 months. So that's the way it works. And if you read, did I share that article about the experiment they did on somebody, a cruel experiment, but they put him, they blindfolded him, I think it was, and they said that he was going to get bitten by a poisonous snake, and they pricked him with something, but it wasn't a snake. And he went through all the effects from a poisoned snake and died. Now, if you understand what I just said, you will throw away all the garbage that we were taught. We were all taught this stuff, and we were all mind controlled and brainwashed. Throw it all away. Delete it. Every time it comes to your mind, delete. Every time these problems, C word and everything, delete them. When you see them come into your mind, this is going to have to be a lifetime adventure because the programming is ingrained so deep, and you cannot erase anything. I don't know if you know how hard drives work. You can format them, format them, format them, and still there's a way to retrieve the information depending on how much money you have. So everything that we experience, everything we see, everything we hear, everything we speak, everything is recorded infinitely and can never be erased. So we have to work at reprogramming. So by, what I do in my mind, I'm deleting continuously things coming into the mind that are nothing to do with facts, nothing to do with divine essence, nothing to do with all knowledge. I completely continuously delete them as they come into the mind. We need to do that continuously, and we allow the divine creator to do its magic. Fasting state. The fasting state is where you will find balance. The fasting state allows us to purge. As we purge, we heal. There's nothing that we can add that's going to give you that. The things we use are only to help us purge. The juice is to help us purge. This cooked stuff, cooked to death, it's an excellent solvent to help break down and move things out. The herbs work on the emotion, mental and physical, to open up stagnation in whatever area it is, in the emotional, mental, or physical. It helps open up, helps the body do the work to open it up. The herb doesn't do anything except give the information to the body. The body does the work. And away we go, right? That's how we heal. You don't have to know how it works. Who cares? It works. We've seen it tens of thousands of times. Luigi, are you drinking the famous Concord cooked grape juice? Yeah, that's Concord grape juice. It's but it doesn't have to be Concord. Whatever you can get. All the dark grapes work great in Italy. They have so many wine making places you can go to, and you can get them to make you, buy some fresh juice from them, and then you can cook it yourself. That's what I would do. There used to be that German store that used to have that was the only grape juice I could find, and I don't think they have it anymore. I don't remember the name of it. It's in the old videos. No, we buy it. It's in the bottle. Everything that's bottled is already cooked. If it's on a shelf, it's cooked. It's pasteurized. Okay, so yes, I agree about the fiction things. I just use these words to describe the position of my imbalance I'm fixing, but I think that I have to stop to follow my detox coach and start none of this lifestyle, because even if I do colonics and eat only fruits, basically I'm suffering as hell. Yeah, you keep eating, keep suffering. That's the way I see it. Life with colon and anus imbalance is really bad. Oh, I can imagine. I've had challenges, and it's really bad. Trust me, I resonate with your teaching. Understand me, please. My father died at 50 because of the same thing. There you go. Okay, so you have an ancestral emotional challenge that you're carrying through your father, and he's probably carried it from his grandparents and so on and so forth. So this could go back many generations. So how are you going to solve all this? You're going to eat your way to that? Good luck. I don't see anything happening with food. When we choose sweet, yeah, we choose fruit, but to tell people that you're going to eat fruit and you're going to heal, What's the word I'm going to look for? It's false hope. it's 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 not. I can say it's a lie, but there's people who got better by eating fruit, but when you're talking about serious conditions, you need to get into the root and seed causes. And right, the root causes are the physicality, which is the GI tract from the mouth to the anus. That's the root. And then the seed, the actual seed where everything manifests, is in the emotional body. So that's where we want to get into, that emotional body. We want to pull out those obstructions that are causing the physicality to be imbalanced. We want to pull those out and dump them. We're going to delete them. And we have to do this over and over and over through the rest of our lives. It's not something that we are going to fix and it's going to be solved. Because if we go back to our old ways, it's not going to be fun. You're gonna go back to the old ways because everything has memory. Remember I was talking about deleting? You can't delete anything. So, if you can't delete permanently, we have to continuously delete to reprogram. So the things that continuously come in our mind will be less and less and less, and the new programming will come up and it'll bury the old stuff deeper and deeper and deeper. Eventually we'll get less and less and less of the garbage that we've been programmed to believe. Just we look around the whole world and it's all about mind control for the most part. People will argue to death about things that they believe from what they've been taught. They will argue till death. They will fight till death to keep that belief system, because for people to admit that they were fooled instead of embracing the fact that the information was wrong, and now they have the opportunity to expand themselves with the divine creator into the nothingness of all knowledge. That's too much for most people. So they'll fight till death and carry the fiction world to their deathbed. And the art of subtraction. We keep talking about subtraction. Purge, 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 subtract, subtract, subtract. Body heals, heals, heals. Believe it or not, you don't have to believe it. We've seen everything. If somebody who's paralyzed can heal their nerves and not be paralyzed anymore, don't you think that the body can heal anything else? And we've seen everything else as well. So, bones that are people were born with crooked, straightened out, people correcting their eyesight and the C words and you name it, it's a lifetime journey, a lifetime choice, a lifetime of choosing your level of obstructiveness. Read the protocol, Luigi. Read the protocol. It's always suggest. Make your purchase. Read it. Read it. Read it over and over and over again. I would suggest watching a lot of the old interviews we did. And so you can feel the psyche of people, of what they went through in the magical fasting states, and how they were before and how they were during and after, right? So that's what I would suggest. Read, and watch videos. And, if you're going to listen to people who try things and quit, you're going to be you're going to be sent through a lifetime of misery listening to those people, the quitters, the naysayers. You know, who cares? That's where most people are at. You know, the attention span of people today is seconds. It's not even minutes anymore. You can't get attention span. You know, people are on these things continuously. There's no attention span in people anymore. Just look at the new generations. So, you know, you want to heal? I have no doubt you can fix all those problems. I have no doubt. It's up to you to believe it. I'm not here to convince you. We're not here to convince anybody. All I can say is, you know, you have to be focused. You know, I started 35 years ago, you know, and then being bedridden for almost a 2-year period, on and off. It's not fun. And then, you know, years of roller coaster rides, listening to all the different information. Getting into the science has almost killed me, and so on and so forth. You know, that the body runs on fat, and this ridiculous nonsense, and the body heals on death. These are ridiculous nonsense. Stimulation and death. People believe it, and people will fight you to the death to carry that belief system. Remember what I said. They will fight to the death to carry that belief system. You know, the only one who rose the dead was Christ. Who else rose the dead? I think there was a couple of saints who did that, if I can remember. But yeah, that's unless you know, if you've mastered connecting with the divine creator, everything's possible. And the fasting state is the place that we can put ourselves into to learn to master the nothingness of all knowledge. So we get into that state where we don't have to do anything but trust and have the faith that the divine creator's design fixes us, brings us back to balance. We don't have to know how. We just have to know what to do. And the fasting state is the state that all the prophets taught about. Fast, 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 fast. Pythagoras and Christ and Buddha and everybody else, Muhammad, and fasting, 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 fasting. Oh, go look at all down the lines. David, you know, Goliath, was it? There's so many stories that have been shared about fasting, but it's not popular, you know. The intermittent fasting has made its waves in, you know, in the last several years, and people are explaining how the science, how the cells eat each other, and all this garbage. I don't believe any of it. I don't believe in the body eating itself. I don't believe the divine creator is dumb. The body only purges, is not eating itself. It's purging everything it cannot use, does not recognize, it will purge it. Right? Simple. How much more simple do we want to make it? And once you get those things purged out, which we call obstructions, which are at many different levels, physicality and mental and emotional. Once we purge those out and that stagnation goes away, you'll see the healing begin. I remember a few people with hemorrhoids. They were master fasting, and some of them believed they were getting worse, and they were getting worried. And what do we say? Keep digging. Keep digging. Oh no! And then a few weeks later, the problem is getting worse. They stink. Keep digging. It's a severe problem. These things. These are weaknesses in the vascular system. The walls are very weak, and then they balloon. So how do we strengthen those? Well, we got to get rid of the obstructions that are causing the weaknesses in the physical, mental, emotional body. And once those the obstructions are gone, you watch what happens. Watch what happens. The body heals. The body heals all the time. I'm watching your videos. Trust me, thank you. Yeah, all you need is to get together your materials, Luigi. Load up on herbs. Load up on herbs. Do whatever you can to get your herbs. I know we can't send them there, but if you can get them from Switzerland or England, that's an option. If you know anybody there, or you can make them yourself. That's a bit more challenging, but it's not undoable. Get as many. I would always support with the most herbs. That's my take on things. People that have no faith in God's creation will not trust, and they'll go for minimal stuff. I see people just buying herbal tea, kidney tea or something. That's not master fasting. Master fasting is full support. That's the key. We need full support. And that's all we support. So what we've seen the last 5 years is a huge decline in attention span and people willing to do whatever it takes, no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We've seen huge decline in that. Especially people lined up to get this thing over here. This shows you the state of the mentality. And I don't want to deal with any of that. So everybody can believe and do whatever they like, but the effects of that are still ongoing, and they will be ongoing for many years. People just dropping like flies. Sad that we've had many family members drop dead, and it is what it is. But we have the beautiful light that we can work with. If you want to eat your way to health, it's a very slow process that will never get to the root and seed causes. Never. I don't care what anybody else says. Because even though some people have gotten great benefits by switching their diets, all diets lead to death, they have not experienced the art of subtraction, the MFS. art of subtraction. And you know, what else can I say? We want to focus on the true divine nourishment. We want to focus on the true divine nourishment. It only comes from the Creator, and that's all we got to focus on. True nourishment. It's all in the fields, as we say, the fields, Fields, fields. Is he from England, Switzerland? Is there someone who can send? I'm not sure if people can send it from those countries because they're not part of the EU. So I'm talking about, going to those places and actually picking them up. You have to find out, because England's no longer part of the EU. And before we used to send from England into the EU, and then England left. We couldn't do that no more. So I don't think you can do it today either. The EU regulations have changed, so we've been talking about this for years. About people get ready, start stocking up. MFS tinctures only get better with age. You can stock them up for 50 years. They will only be better. Mankind has gone the other way, into greed and gluttony and me. That's what I see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope things change. It's like I keep praying and hoping for that change and keep the faith, but I don't see much evidence around anymore. Like, it's a lot of lessons for mankind that are happening right now, and we're all responsible for everything that happens on this planet, for every single thing that happens on this planet, all the deaths, all the killing. We are all responsible. So which side of history do you want to be on? Only you can decide. Anyway, I'm also curious about, what do you do in a day of life? What do I do in a day of life? I keep myself busy helping people. I keep myself busy, keep my little exercise routines happening, and enjoy family as much as we can, as people are busy working. Enjoy the good things in life as best we can. Yesterday I was helping a friend all day, working at his place. So enjoy life. Keep it simple. It's not rocket science to have a joyful, peaceful life. We don't need much to be in that state. Do you think is a must to do tinctures, or can I buy the same herbs and ingest it? I know that it's not a real fast like this, but just asking on contrary. Yeah, it's in the protocol. We say that master fasting is master fasting. If you want to do anything else, it's up to you. We only support master fasting. Tinctures, the plasma pudding, the enemas, the juice, the skin brushing, the movement, the breath work, the focus, the meditation, the prayers. That's master fasting. Everything all together. There's no, I'm gonna just drink juice and do a juice fast. We don't support that stuff. We want nothing to do with people who doing juice fasts. There's many places you can go for juice fasting. And if anybody out there is promoting cooked juice, they've taken it from MFS without permission. There's nothing out there before MFS about cooked juice. It was the only one that was mentioned, Concord grape juice, by Edgar Cayce, over 100 years ago. You know, he wasn't talking about fasting. He was talking about people drinking it. So, you know, we've seen a lot. We've seen tens and tens of thousands, guaranteed over hundreds of thousand people came through our Masterfast private club over all these years, you know. And when you've dealt with that many people, you can see that there's only very, 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 very few that are serious about healing. People say a lot of things. They look in the mirror, and they lie to themselves every day, all day. You know, everything is possible. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. It's up to you to believe it. Nobody else can convince you. Nobody convinced me that all this was possible. I had to convince myself. I picked up Arnold Ehret's book 35 plus years ago, and I convinced myself that fasting was the way to heal. And I had crazy challenges over all those years. And I still have the faith stronger than ever that fasting is the way to heal. Now, I can't say that for all the people who've master fasted. There's people who have gone completely opposite of a fasting lifestyle. There's people that are not here no more. They went back to their old lifestyles and they left the physical body. And could be other reasons that, you know, this thing here or whatever. I don't know, but to completely eliminate the programming, as we were talking earlier, you got to continuously delete. Continuously delete all the garbage we've been fed. Delete, 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 delete. If we don't do that, we easily fall in the trap of our social network of people that we hang out the most. And if these people are not fasters, we're going to fall into that category if we are not holding ourselves to a higher standard and doing whatever it takes, no matter what, no matter how long it takes. If we don't stick with that focus and that determination and that faith in the divine creator, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to be chasing your tail to one science thing, to another science, to another discovery, to all bull crap garbage out there. Believe whatever you like. That's all I could say. Heart to cat, heart to art. I've done many fasts, but nothing compares to MFS. Yeah. Thank you for your experience. This is why we are here. This is how we started. Sharing our experiences. That's all we've done for the last 10 plus years. Sharing our experiences. That's all we do here. We don't make any claims, but the only claims that I can make is that everything is possible. Your body can heal anything from the divine creator. from the nourishment from the divine creator, your body can heal you. That's the only claim. There's nothing out there that will heal you. It's all within. And once you've grasped that, believe it, have the faith, everything changes. Because you're going to go down the path. You're going to have many, many healing reaction challenges. Many, many challenges are going to happen. But you're going to see how things start improving. And the way we go. The biggest challenge for most people is the weight loss. When they start fasting, that's a big, big challenge. They're losing weight, muscle. It's just part of the process that we must go through for, some of us. If you're physically active, I would, continuously be physically active. If you're doing any form of level 7, if you're doing like heavy weights and stuff, I would not be doing heavy weights. I would just move to lighter weights. And be very careful on your dry days. You got to be very careful. Because people get lightheaded and faint. This is a common thing. It's not normal. It's common when people start fasting, because it's not because we're starving. That's the last thing that you want to put into your head. It's because there's so many poisons and toxins and chemicals that are trying to come out, and the body is overwhelmed, and that's what causes these lightheadedness and dizziness and faints. So once you purge that stuff out, enema, everything is hunky-dory. It's Lindsay. I stayed in the grape juice for 45 days. Most amazing feeling, being connected to higher realms, spiritual realms. It is, Lindsay. It really is. And my faith has only gotten stronger over the years. So, bless you all. I'm gonna send Plaf to all those in dire needs out there. I'm tired of watching all the slaughtering. The world is just watching. I pray that there's a shift in mankind's psyche, that their hearts open up, and morals and so on and so forth, and we move into a better place. Because I don't like where the choices that mankind has made in the last 5 years. Absolutely horrific what mankind is putting itself through as a whole. So if it is to be, it's up to me. It will be the change you want to see. We can only work on ourselves and speak up for those that are, oppressed and not able to speak for themselves, including the animal kingdom. So, thank you for your time. We'll see you back on the page. And next live call is Wednesday, Facebook Live, 3:06 Toronto time, PM. Ciao for now. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Master Fast system is second to none. Believe it or not. Ciao.